POV, you're a giant, and I'm in the middle of con crunch. I have, I want to say generously hundreds, but Sid, I feel like it's more like thousands of these that need to be hole punched. All right. They look like, where's my example one that I had? They look like this. They're 2 little thumb grips in a bag, and they need to look like this. 2 little thumb grips in a bag with a hole punch. They need to go on these. And then they're gonna be like that on a pegboard. Super cute, super tedious. So come with me and you'll be in a world of pure procrastination. Cons in 2 days. Well, we leave in 2 days. Cons in 3 days. So yeah, I have today, and it's already like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and tomorrow. You can see I've been busy. I've been busy, okay? I have been doing nothing. I did all this, and I did all that, and I did all that. Alright. This is an empty version. I already have one on the wall. I'll show you. I have 2 of these made out of 5. I bought 2 sets of 5. I feel like I could take 2 center panels out of one of the sets of 5 and then turn just one into a giant set of 7 before it actually touches the ground. These are basically all the pin designs I have. I think I maybe have like one more unique panel of pins, and then they're just going to be repeating patterns. But I want the display to be self-serve, so I would like there to be multiples, especially the ones I think that are going to be more popular. And then I'm also going to be like keeping an eye on things and restocking if when necessary. But to be completely honest, I feel like this convention is going to be really slow and I might actually lose money. I would be shocked and amazed and delighted if we broke even. But this is the con that was basically to be the test con for the other cons, to force me to actually get my butt in gear and finish figuring out this display. Because once this is done, I can basically just modify it slightly according to like my position in the hall and how big the booth is. But it's basically done. It just needs modifications after this. I don't have to start over and figure out everything. I did already finish the table, half of it. I got 2 6-foot spaces. So I have 1 6-foot table, and then instead of a second table, we're gonna have this. These are, I think, a little over 12 inches wide, but you can kind of stagger them in a zigzag pattern, and then that'll make the whole thing a little bit shorter. So we should be able to fit this in the other 6 feet. So, yeah, it's not a booth, it's just a table. If it was a booth, I'd be using the whole space. But yeah, it's just inline areas. So, I think it'll be interesting. Let's get this shit moving, though, before I talk too much. We'll have plenty of time to talk while I am suffering. Hey guys, welcome to my eternal suffering. Yeah. Let me get a little secondary POV going. I think it'll be super cute if you guys can actually see me putting them on the wall too. Hold please. Did I do cocaine before I started this video? The world may never know.
Don't ask me quick! Don't ask me quick!
This tripod is not the tripod. Excuse me? Excuse me? Where'd I put my phone? In my pocket. Guys. Oh my god! I got it. It's fine. Rage!
Batman, I can't say!
This weekend is Villains Con in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Very small convention. Not to be rude, I don't expect much of it. I expect it to be very small, kind of a local small town thing. I honestly have no business to be traveling out of town for it. No business to be driving 4 hours to this bitch. But, like I said, it's the con to prep me for other cons. Sid, I'm talking. What? Can you see him? What? I'm talking here. I know I'm a procrastinator, so I kind of booked this con. Not only to have, like, convention booth pictures at a real con, because I feel like that would help me in the future applying for big cons, but also to force me to get better at doing the con prep. Because I feel like the more practice I have, the more efficient I'll be at the big conventions, where everything's busy, crazy. I'm worried I'm going to run out of hooks. That is a real thing that might happen. That is a real problem we might have. I do have some duplicates. I have duplicate Pokemon keychains on several hooks, so I might just get rid of all the duplicates. Maybe? But yeah. I think it'd be very interesting to talk about procrastination and why we do it. Because like I said, I literally booked this convention because I know I'm a procrastinator. And I feel like I've never met anybody that isn't. I feel like I've never met someone who's like, I don't procrastinate, I always do things weeks ahead. I think it's the head rush, isn't it? Things feel more enjoyable when you know you ought to be doing other things. It's like a sneaky, rebellious thing to procrastinate. And I mean, if you do get the thing done on time, no harm, no foul, right? Like, it got done, so where's the problem? But I feel like the problem is not the task, but what putting off the task does to you. Because if you're always procrastinating, am I rocking you every time? I think I am. I rock your world! You stay tuned in this channel, rock your world, bruh. I think that we put things off, and it's okay. Because the things always get done, right? But in the meanwhile, those things are taking up headspace. You're allowing them to live in your head, rent-free. I think that's the problem with procrastinating. It's not the task, and the task the task is the easy part. What the task does to you in your head is the hard part. When I put off things that are really big and looming, the thinking about the thing is way worse than doing the thing. And honestly, people are like, I'm just a procrastinator, it's just who I am. No, it's what you practice. You practice procrastinating. Therefore, you're good at operating under pressure when the thing is due. You know? You practice doing it, so so you always get things done in time when you have to crunch. But what if, instead of practicing putting things off, you practiced doing things in a timely manner? What if you practiced discipline? And I feel like almost a sense of self-respect. Like, I respect myself enough to release this item from my mind by dedicating the time that it requires well before the deadline. Like, I respect my sanity more than the silly hee ha ha sneaky moments that you feel when you're putting the thing off. Because, yeah, I don't know, what if instead of I feel like I feel like I'm much less, I feel like when I'm procrastinating, I do the things that release the most dopamine and not the things that I would prefer to do. You know, if people are like, what would you do if there was 30 hours in a day? Would you list doom scroll more? No. Would you be like, I'd watch more YouTube and Netflix? No, we always do the worst things for us when we're procrastinating. We always do the easiest thing because, just like in science where air travels to the lowest pressure in the atmosphere, like that's what humans beings do when they procrastinate. They travel to the lowest pressure task, which is something absolutely brain soup liquefying stuff like doom scrolling. It feels easy in the moment, but it's liquefying our brains, dude. And I'm not better than you. I do it too. But you know, if I had more time in the day, I would do creative stuff. I would read more. I would play video games. I know that video games aren't necessarily, it could be argued that that's not the best thing for your brain either, but hey, it's better than TikTok soup brain, you know? It's better than Instagram reels. Absolute internet deep dive brain rot. I have run out of hooks. I've run out of hooks. I thought about not bringing as many anime jet tags with me because this is like a villain con, feels like a Comic-Con-esque thing, and I feel like the jet tags won't be super, popular. I think the ones that will be popular are going to be the really mainstream anime. So I might just bring the really mainstream stuff like Dragon Ball, Naruto, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Pokemon, Demon Slayer, Studio Ghibli. And I might just cut it off, One Piece. But yeah, all the little, like, one-offs, I think I'll leave home. They're obviously not worth the booth space. I think at best I would sell, like, a handful of them. I really don't expect to make hardly any sales at this con. So yeah, these are, I thought that 200 hooks was plenty, but I've seemed to burn through them in only 4 out of the 6 panels. Damn. Damn! I just noticed that you can't see anything that I'm doing down here. I'm all the way down here. Follow me. Follow me. I'm all the way down here. And that's the last hook. But yeah, I have way more designs than that. I was trying to use 2 panels. So like here and here. See how the divider is. I was going to use both panels. What if I zoom out? There you go. That's as far as the hooks went. Yeah, I do have duplicates over here on the Pokemon. Oh god, just beat the fuck out of it. I do have duplicates over here, so I can minimize the duplicates. I obviously need to get more hooks. I thought about doing a double-sided display at one point where I use the front and the back. I don't know how well that would hold up under the weight. To be determined. I would try it out at home. I would try it out at home first, rather than having my con display absolutely wreck its own ass. But that could be something. Excuse me. Tempted to, like, bring very minimal of these, honestly. Tempting. I feel like those are going to be the least popular. I don't know, maybe the jet tags will be the least popular. I actually don't know how this con's going to go. I got enough freaking clay, dude. I don't know. It's all up in the air. Yeah, we were talking about procrastination, and I think brain soup is where we left off. I think that's something that I want to challenge myself to do, is love myself enough to have the discipline. Because I feel like doom scrolling and procrastination is self-sabotage. Therefore, the opposite of doom scrolling and procrastination is self-discipline and productivity and self-care. So that's a form of self-love. So I feel like by procrastinating, you're actually like failing to love yourself. As well as you could be. I feel like I'm journaling right now. I feel like you guys are my little diary entry. I think I'm learning as I'm talking. We're learning together. I'm bullshitting most of the stuff that I'm saying. None of this is scripted. So I think we're learning stuff about each other together right now. This is fun. Excuse me. Or don't. Fuck you. I don't care. So yeah, we're gonna need a lot more hooks than that. We're gonna need a lot more hooks than that. I mean, each of those drawers over there has like 4 or 5 or 6 different thumb grip designs, and then we got some that aren't even in drawers. gonna have to be choosy about which ones we bring, I think. Because any kind of Comic-Con is gonna have a different demographic than an anime convention. The Comic-Cons are gonna be primarily men. I would say like 60 to 70% men, at least. And those men are going to also be like closer to middle age. They're gonna be like millennials, Gen X, boomers, you know? So you gotta think of what was they playing in the 80s and 90s. That's the kind of games you need to bring. That's the kind of merch you need to bring. Pokemon, Zelda, Mario, the classics. Sonic, which is Sega. The classics! Which, honestly, if you look at my thumb group covers and stuff, that's gonna be primarily what we got going on. There are some Japanese, like, inspired, like Sailor Moon, Totoro, One Piece, but I'll probably just stick to the stuff that I think that boys would like. I think this is gonna be a very boy convention. And also maybe kid-oriented, too. Because Comic-Cons tend to attract families as well. I don't know if it's a Comic-Con. I actually don't know. I feel like I would classify it as one, but I've never been. So, could also be talking out my ass right now. Where is my hole punch? Oh, here's my hole punch. Oh, here's the hole punch. I actually don't know.
BRB.
My dids, I lost it. My dids, oh, it was under the pin. It's under the pin board. Oh my god, how long has that been out of focus? Oh my god, how long have you been out of focus? Why didn't you say something? How long does that look like that? Oh my god. Anyways. Also, when I walked out in the hall, Sid just strapped the funkiest dura. The stankiest. Oh my god. Gonna poison me. Gonna kill me. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. We'll have a fun time together. Doing fun things. Fun things. Yeah. Okay. I don't know where more Sonic ones are. Let's just do that. I don't know if I'd put Sonic on the top if I had the choice, but whatever. It's what's available to me. I also don't think that I'm going to be hole punching like an insane amount of each. I also need to not be too anal about it being centered. A little anal, yes. Too anal. You can never have too much anal. Yeah. You quote me on that. Please don't quote me on that. I didn't do a very good job hole punching that one. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna do 3 knuckles. Yeah, I feel like 3 of each Sonic characters. Plenty. I told my friend I was gonna be hole punching the thumb grips. She thought I meant the actual thumb grip. Like I was gonna punch a hole right through them. Larissa, what are you talking about, girl? She thinks I'm fucking crazy, I guess. She thinks I'm stupid. I don't even know if I could hole punch one of these. They're like rubbery silicone. The hole punch is getting increasingly less effective the more I hole punch. Which is weird because it's not collecting anything in the tray. So like, quit being a little bitch. Quit being a little pixie bitch. Alright. Maybe I'm just... Oh, I think I need to do like a swift... I think I'm slow pressing it and I need to do like a chomp. I need to chomp it. Yeah, I need to chomp it. Watch this, watch this, watch this. And let me put it on this one. Watch this. But chomp it. Oh, I can't. It's focus. 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 Chomp it. Let's chomp it. Yeah. All right. Focus on the background again. Hey, I think that looks good, though. Tell me that don't look good. Tell me that don't look good. But don't lie. But don't lie to me. Tell me you freaking liar. God can smell liars and they're stinky. What am I talking about? I don't know. What am I talking about? I feel like 3. I feel like 3 is plenty. Welcome to my descent into madness. We're gonna be here for a few hours. We're gonna be here a little while. Alright. I think I want to put these in their own section. Where's the other balls? Give me the balls! What did I bring over? Ow! Oh, did I just cut my forehead? Or does it just feel like I cut my forehead? Oh my god, I almost died. I almost died. I almost died. I almost died. I almost died again. I almost hit my head on them again. How did I forget they were there? In that span of... My head is still bleeding. I have an open wound. And I almost banged my head into them again. God damn it! Ow! Where are my balls? Where are my balls? Already did the master balls. Ow, my forehead. I'll pull out 3 of each. I'm not used to pulling out, but I'll figure it out. It'll be a little bit of a learning curve, but I'll get her done. Alright, 3. Yeah. 3. There's more back there. Look. I think that's the last one in the drawer. Darn it. Here it is. I talked about all the procrastination stuff I want. That's mostly what I wanted to say. So maybe just like chill with me and finish the rest of this. Cue the music! actually did like scratch the shit out of my head. Oh my god. It grabbed my bun. I hope that you saw that on camera. It grabbed my bun. My phone storage full. I'll probably just check back in with you guys when I'm done in that case, and I'll show you what everything looks like. Talk to you soon.